Algebraic long division. Find the quotient and the remainder when x cubed minus 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 is divided by x squared plus 2x minus 1. So we're going to set up our bus stop method with x cubed minus 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 inside the bus stop. And we're going to have x squared plus 2x minus 1 outside the bus stop. So what we do is we take the highest power of x inside the bus stop, it's x cubed, and we divide that by the highest power of x outside the bus stop, and that's x squared. So x cubed divided by x squared is going to be x. So we can straight away put our x down here on top of our bus stop. This is the first part of our answer. Then we're going to multiply that x by what is outside the bus stop. So we have x multiplied by x squared is x cubed, x by 2x is plus 2x squared, and x by minus 1 is just going to be minus x. So we're going to write this down here. We're going to bring it underneath our bus stop. So we have x cubed plus 2x squared minus x. We're going to change the signs of each of these. This becomes a minus, this becomes a minus, this becomes a plus. The x cubes cancel out. Minus 3x squared minus 2x squared is minus 5x squared. 5x plus x is going to be 6x. And then we bring down the minus 2. So then we repeat this by dividing the highest power of x inside our bus stop, which in this case is going to be minus 5x squared, by the highest power of x outside our bus stop, which again is x squared. So minus 5x squared divided by x squared is minus 5. And that's going to be the second part of our answer. So minus 5. And then we're going to multiply that minus 5 by what's outside the bus stop. So it's going to be minus 5 by x squared plus 2x minus 1. So minus 5 by x squared is minus 5x squared. Minus 5 by plus 2x is minus 10x. Minus 5 by minus 1 is plus 5. And we bring that in underneath our bus stop. So now we have minus 5x squared minus 10x plus 5, and we're going to change the signs of each of these terms. This becomes a plus, this becomes a plus, this becomes a minus. By doing that, our x squareds cancel. 6x plus 10x is 16x, and minus 2 minus 5 is minus 7. We have to stop at this stage because the degrees of 16x minus 7 is less than the degree of x squared plus 2x minus 1. What that means is we have an x here under our bus stop and we have an x squared outside our bus stop. So in order to repeat this process, this term here would have to be either x squared or greater. Since it's less than x squared, it's x to the power 1, we just stop. So this is our remainder. So our quotient is going to be x minus 5 and our remainder is 16x minus 7. So to divide x cubed minus 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 by x squared plus 2x minus 1, we're left with x minus 5 and a remainder of 16x minus 7. Find the quotient and the remainder when 2x cubed minus 5x squared plus 4x minus 1 is divided by x minus 3. So again we set up our bus stop, and this goes inside the bus stop and this goes outside the bus stop. So we start off with taking the highest power of x inside the bus stop, which is 2x cubed. And we take the highest power of x outside the bus stop, which is x, and we divide them. 2x cubed divided by x is 2x squared. So that's the first part of our answer, 2x squared. Then we're going to multiply 2x squared by x minus 3. And we end up getting 2x cubed minus 6x squared. So we multiply these out to get 2x cubed minus 6x squared. And we bring those over here. So we've got 2x cubed minus 6x squared. We now change the sign of each of these. This becomes a minus and this becomes a plus. And I always circle my new sign. 2x cubed minus 2x cubed cancels. Minus 5x squared plus 6x squared leaves me with 1x squared, or just x squared. Then I bring down the plus 4x and I start again. I take the highest power of x inside my bus stop, x squared, divided by the highest power of x outside my bus stop, which is x. X squared divided by x just leaves me with x. So that's the second part of my answer. So that x comes up here. And then I'm going to multiply that x by what's outside my bus stop, which is x minus 3. And I end up getting x squared minus 3x, which I write down over here. Again, I change the signs of each of these terms. This becomes a minus, this becomes a plus. I circle my new sign. X squared minus x squared cancels. 4x plus 3x is 7x. I bring down the minus 1. I repeat the process. I take the highest power of x inside my bus stop, which is 7x, and the highest power of x outside my bus stop, which is x, and I divide them to get 7. So 7 is the next part of my answer, and I multiply 7 by what's outside the bus stop. So 7 by x minus 3 is 7x minus 21. I write that down here. I change the signs, cancel out the 7x, minus 1 plus 21 is 20. So my quotient is 2x squared plus x plus 7, and my remainder is 20. Find the quotient and the remainder when x cubed minus 5x squared plus 7x minus 11 is divided by x plus 2. So this goes inside my bus stop, and this goes outside my bus stop. So I start with my highest power of x inside my bus stop, that's x cubed, and I divide it by the highest power of x outside my bus stop, that's x. X cubed divided by x is x squared. So that's the first part of my answer up there. I then multiply the x squared by x plus 2 to give me x cubed plus 2x squared, and I write that down here. I then change the signs of both of these. The x cubes cancel. Minus 5x squared minus 2x squared gives me minus 7x squared. I bring down the plus 7x. Then I repeat the process. I take the highest power of x inside the bus stop, minus 7x squared, divided by the highest power of x outside the bus stop, again that's 7, and I end up with minus 7x. That's the next part of my answer. I then multiply the minus 7x by x plus 2 to give me minus 7x squared minus 14x, and I bring that over here. I change the sign of each of these so that the x squareds cancel, and 7x plus 14x is 21x, and I bring down the minus 11. I repeat the process. I take the highest power of x inside the bus stop, that's 21x, the highest power of x outside the bus stop, that's x, and I divide them to get 21. That's the next part of my answer. I multiply the 21 by what's outside the bus stop, and I get 21x plus 41, which I write down here. I change the signs, the x's cancel, minus 11 minus 42 is minus 53. So my quotient is x squared minus 7x plus 21, and my remainder is minus 53. Find the quotient and the remainder when x cubed plus 2x squared minus x plus 4 is divided by x squared minus x plus 5. So this goes inside my bus stop, and this goes outside my bus stop. So I take the highest power of x inside the bus stop, that's x cubed, and the highest power of x outside the bus stop, that's x squared, and I divide them, getting x. That's the first part of my answer. I then multiply the x by what's outside the bus stop, and I get x cubed minus x squared plus 5, which I write down over here. I then change the sign of each of the terms. They cancel. 2x squared plus 1x squared is 3x squared, minus 1x minus 5x is minus 6x. I bring down the 4. I repeat the process. I take the highest power of x inside the bus stop, divided by the highest power of x outside the bus stop. 3x squared divided by x squared is 3. That's the next part of my answer. I multiplied 3 by what's outside the bus stop, giving me 3x squared minus 3x plus 15, which I write down over here. I change the sign of each of these. The x squareds cancel out. Minus 6x plus 3x is minus 3x. 4 minus 15 is minus 11. So I can't go any further because my highest power of x inside my bus stop is now lower than my highest power of x outside my bus stop. So we cannot do minus 3x divided by x squared because the numerator must have a higher power of x than the denominator. So minus 3x minus 11 is our remainder. So that's our remainder, that's our quotient. Our quotient is x plus 3, our remainder is minus 3x minus 11.